So today we're going to talk about how to calculate your retroactive benefits in terms of Social Security disability payments. So in general, your retroactive benefits are based upon when your disability began, and that would be your alleged onset date, and also it's based upon what your filing date is. Now your filing date is based upon when you file your initial application, and you can get paid as far back as 12 months prior to your filing date. So in general, when you're calculating your retroactive benefits, you look to see when your disability began and also at when you filed your initial application for benefits. Now there's one caveat to the whole system, and that's there's a 5-month blanket wait period before you can start collecting your disability benefits. And this is just a processing fee that Social Security essentially is charging. I mean, it's not like they're telling you it's a fee, but it's just a 5-month wait period where they're processing your application and your benefits, and it's something that everybody has. It's just a blanket wait period, okay? So when you calculate the retroactive benefits, it can be a little bit confusing, but it's based off of what your monthly benefits would be, and that monthly benefit is calculated by the payment center with Social Security. The payment center looks to see what you've paid into the system in Social Security taxes and runs whatever calculation they need to determine what your monthly benefit would be. So then when you have your disability date, you get paid back benefits up to your disability date, okay? So the retroactive benefits are best explained through examples. So let's go through a couple different examples so you can get a better idea of what kind of benefits you can expect, okay? So the first example, let's look at you having a disability date that's the same date as your filing date. So an example of that would be you're working full-time and you get into a major car accident and you're paralyzed from the neck down, okay? You put in your application through the hospital while you're going through surgery, whatever your caseworker puts in your application, and it's going to be the same date as your disability date, the date of the accident, okay? So let's use January 1st, 2013, okay, as your accident date, okay? Okay, so this is also going to be your filing date as well. Okay, so your case is finally approved. It takes, I don't know, let's say 7 months for them them being Social Security to approve your case, look through the medical records, see what's going on with your treatment, and then they're able to make a decision. So they approve your case on July 1st, 2013. Okay, so the back benefits that you would get would go back to this January 2013. Okay. But then you have to consider the 5-month wait period, okay? So then really 5 months from January would be June 2013. So your benefits would start as of June 1st, 2013, okay? So say your benefit amount is $1,000 a month, which the average is about $1,200 to $1,300, but let's go with $1,000 just to make it easier. So you would get back benefits from when your claim was approved back to after the 5-month wait period. So you would get roughly $1,000, okay, in your back benefits, okay? So what if we use a different example where your disability began 2 years prior to your filing date, okay? So let's look at it this way. Your disability began January 2012, okay? And we're just going to call this disability, okay? And then you actually file your application in January 2014, okay? So this is your filing date, okay? And a lot of times this happens because somebody is unable to work at this point, but then they keep on thinking that they're going to get back to work, okay? So then finally in January 2014 they realize they're just not going to be able to do it anymore. So they put in their application for disability benefits, okay? In this situation, you know that you can get paid 12 months prior to your filing date, okay? So even if Social Security or a judge agrees that you became disabled in January 2012, as far back as you're going to get paid is January of 2013, okay? And this part is going to encompass the 5-month wait period. So you have your disability date as January 2012. 5 months from that date, you're eligible for payments, okay? So that would be June 2012. But because of the filing date, you can only get paid 12 months prior to that. So you're going to maximize your back benefits as of January 2013, okay? So let's look at the third type of example where this would come into play. You have your filing date is one time, but then you go to a hearing in front of a judge, and the judge doesn't agree that your disability date is what it is. So he amends your onset date, okay? And so your onset date is amended, way after your filing date, okay? So say you file your application in January 2013, and the judge at the hearing seems to think that your disability really began in July of 2013, okay? So this is your new alleged onset date, and this is your filing date, okay? So what we're going to do is you're going to get back benefits up to this July 2013 date, okay? So whenever your disability date is, if it's before or after your filing date, then that's when you're going to get your benefits, okay? So say the judge approved your case in, let's say July of 2014, okay? So then you would look at this disability date, July 2013, you'd throw in the 5-month wait period, so you're going July, August, September, October, November, okay? So then you'd be eligible to get your benefits as of December 2013. Okay? Makes sense? If you have questions on how to calculate your retroactive benefit, you can always call your attorney to help you explain it a little bit, or you can even call your local Social Security office, and they'll be able to tell you what your monthly benefit amount is going to be. And like I said in the beginning, that's based off of how much you've paid into the system in Social Security taxes. So if you call up your local Social Security office, they should be able to give you what your monthly benefit amount is. And if you use one of these calculations, then you can roughly estimate what you should be expecting in the mail in regards to retroactive benefits.